Netflix has announced a release date for Russian Doll Season 2. This is a great show. Russian Doll came out like early pandemic or just before the pandemic. You have it's like a time loop TV show where the main character is reliving the same day over and over again, and each time she relives the day, something small has changed. And in the first season, she's gone through the cycle of that same day so many times that things start to get kind of surreal towards the end of the season. I love it. It is such a fun show, so well written, so well performed. Let me read this. In a new video, Netflix announced that Russian Doll Season 2 will premiere all 7 of its 30-minute episodes on Wednesday, April 20th. So it's coming up next month. Super excited for that, and I will do a review for sure. The series won Emmy Awards for lead actress in a comedy series, an outstanding comedy series in 2019, so it's right before the pandemic. The second season will follow Natasha Lyonne, who is the star of the show. She is amazing. I loved Natasha ever since the American Pie movies. But she was also great in the Orange is the New Black series that was on Netflix, and now this one being her kind of her star vehicle. I love it. And she's also, I think she's the creator of the show as well. So it follows Nadia, who's played by Natasha Lyonne, and Alan, played by Charlie Barnett. Second season will follow them 4 years after they escaped their own hellish Groundhog Day, only to discover that time isn't done terrorizing them. So it's 4 years after the events. That's great. That's great. First off, great, because it has felt like 4 years since the first season. But it'll be interesting to see what they do now that they've escaped. I'm also excited to rewatch the first season in preparation for the second season. It will also introduce a few new characters, including ones played by Schitt's Creek alum Annie Murphy and District 9 star Sharito Copley. So great news. I'm excited for season 2 of Russian Doll. Very anticipated. I forget if this was on my list for most anticipated TV shows. Like, now that the pandemic, now that everybody's pretending that the pandemic is over, and all this whole wave of like movies that have been held back and TV shows that have been held back, and you know, some had to have been put on hold because of the pandemic, and some were just held after they were done, you know, post-production, are all, it's like a flood of new content coming out. But Russian Doll was one that I loved. And it's just the time loop narrative, the time loop trope, the genre of time loop is such a fun, like, storytelling trope, storytelling device that I love in movies. If you want to, I did my top 5 time loop movies list probably a year or two ago. So you can search on YouTube top 5 time loop movies, Ray Taylor Show, and it will show up. But that was a fun one to go through, because there's a lot of great time loop movies out there that play around with that kind of storytelling style, and I appreciate it. So looking forward to Russian Doll Season 2.